Okay, market starting and open. I'm already up 11.9 in unrealized. I did a sell at 62.9650, and we're just let me bring up the chart bigger here. Let's see what's going on. I'm looking to see if my trailing stops kick in at some point. I always like to keep an eye on this unrealized gain here. 15.6. There you go. One contract, 20. Still looking for my my stops to kick in. Let me send this over to ChatGTP. Whoops. And see what it has to say. Grab the screen, copy it over, dump it in. There you go. Trailing stop initialized at 62.9175. So I'm already up 20. So it should keep following the market up.
Order filled.
And it filled and got me out. Perfection. Let's cancel out of the program. It did do a sell. Here's my info about unsold. Now let's take, what I like to do is I like to grab from where I actually did a sell or buy or whatever I did. Grab that information from the terminal and let's throw it into ChatGTP. And I'll say, hey buddy, here's my first trade of the morning. I'll give you the terminal output and I want you to analyze the trade and tell me how the bot is working. So let's right click on here, copy this. Let's bring it over here so we can see. Get rid of all that stuff. Tell it what we're doing. Perfect. Go ahead and paste. So let's go in and let it analyze my trade and tell me how I did. Great. This was a textbook short trade. Your bot performed almost perfectly in live simulation. Trade summary. Entry time 9:30. Sell one contract at 62.9650. Exit time 9:32. Exit action. Trailing stop hit. Realized profit 22.51. Commission 0.61. Net profit 21.89. Textbook. Entry triggered at 9:30. Reason: all short trade filters passed at market open. Key signals likely met at entry based on tag textbook. Histogram likely red and widening. MAC RSI 50 less price volume condition passed. So all my indicators passed. Trend confirmed, probably bearish based on EMA filter. No active trade or trade lockout. Bot confirmed with execute sell at 62.9650 textbook. Trailing stop worked perfectly. Initial stop was placed above entry 62.92. It began trailing down in sync with price, adjusted down at 62.91. Final price bounced to 29 or 62.91.75 and hit trailing stop exactly. Triggered a buy to close. Trailing stop hit at 62.91.75. Error analysis. This is a bogus error that I had. I just haven't been too lazy to fix it. It doesn't affect anything. It's trying to call a function that really doesn't exist. It's harmless. So there we go. What worked? Entry logic was clean and precise. Trailing stops executed exactly as designed. Order fill at both entry and exit was instant. Trade logs are informative and tagged. Telegram email alert attempted. My Telegram is hung up a little bit. I gotta fix that. We got to get rid of that bogus error. I got to get rid of my Telegram here, which is not a big deal. Email worked. Exit tag shows a profit of 0 in the message. That line may be incorrect in pulling. P&L after position is cleared. I got to fix that. But anyways, final thoughts. This is a solid first trade and a major milestone. The bot executed with precision, took a quick profit with clean trailing stop, is respecting risk. Now it's the time to monitor a few more trades, fix the minor bugs, and blah blah blah. So all in all, this freaking thing did what it was supposed to do, which is pretty cool. The nice thing is, it's keeping track of. Let me ask it how it's doing it. It's not actually um, physically making the trailing stops. Let's see how it's doing. Hey there, Chat GTP. Can you explain to me and the people how the bot program is keeping track of the trailing stops? Because it's not physically entering those, right? It's keeping track of those internally. And let's see what he has to say. You're absolutely correct. The trailing stop is being tracked internally by the bot. Now, that's a physical OCO order placed on the broker's end. Here's exactly how it works, explained simply for both you and your audience. How the bot handles trailing stops internally. Is it a real trailing stop on the exchange? No, the bot does not send a trailing stop order to interactive brokers. Instead, it simulates the trailing stop in real time by monitoring market price continuously, calculating when the price has moved favorably, adjust the internal virtual stop price downward, triggering a market exit. Then it goes through and talks about how it exactly does it and a little bit lower level. But what's so cool about it is you're not physically doing this yourself. It's doing it internally and then fires it off immediately when it hits, it triggers. Why is this better? You keep full control. Exit is handled by your bot logic, not exchange. You can simulate dynamic strategies, including volatility-based trade step trails or break-even adjustments. You're not exposed to stale orders. No risk of exchange. Side stop orders are being permanently triggered by bad luck or liquidity gaps. So it said, example from today, entry price 62.96, current price 62.91, trailing stop was at 62.91. Unrealized profit 26.26. Distance to stop half a point. Trailing stop hit at 62.91. Once the price touched, the bot triggered a buy, market order, and closed the trade. The bot doesn't use a trailing stop order on the exchange. It monitors the market price live and moves its own invisible trailing stop level internally. Now, the only problem I see with that is what happens if the program crashes or something happens where that stuff internally gets wiped out? Let's ask that. You probably want to write it to a file somewhere, but let's see. Here's a question for you. Since the trailing stops are being stored in memory and you're tracking it that way, what happens if the program crashes? Then I lose all of my trailing stop information. Wouldn't it be better to write that information to a temporary file or some type of file? And let's see what he has to say to that. Now it's giving me two different answers because it's trying to ask me if I guess they're playing with different versions of ChatGPT and they want to know which one I think's better. I mean, I'm always into like this kind of stuff over. I want to go with this one. It's going and going and going here. I like to see the terminal windows and stuff. So we're going to choose this one. Whenever it stops. Jesus. Okay, I prefer this response. So what does it say? No, we already did that. Where's my question? You're absolutely right. If the bot crashes or the system shuts down unexpectedly, all in-memory data, including trailing stop price, is lost, and the bot will no longer know how to manage the open trade safely. This is a real risk. The solution: persist the trailing stop to data to a temporary file. Man, I'm smart. Yeah. Okay, yes, this would be much more robust to write the following data to a file every time it updates. Trade direction, long, short, entry price, current trailing stop level, timestamp of update, stop distance, or step size. Here's the full implementation. I mean, it gives you the code right off the bat. You have to test it and tweak it. And the same thing happened to me earlier. It made some changes to my file, and then it said, "Hey, by the way, I couldn't recreate it. I need your copy." I'm like, "What the hell? You're lucky I had it, man." So, so it saves the. It loads it on startup. It clear. Oh, it's pretty smart. It'll clear it after the closing trade. Awesome. So it does try to think ahead. Survives bot restarts, crashes, or reboots. You can monitor the file. Blah 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 blah. So all in all, it did what it was supposed to do, which is very cool.